Okay.
More bloodshed then. Come on, you. Look who.
I've already tried to beat Heat 32 about 50 or so times, but it's quite difficult. And I went straight to Heat 32. I haven't done I think I've done some of Heat level 2, but I haven't done any of the in-between points. So my equipment is not as upgraded as maybe it should be. I'm gonna stick with it. I like the challenge. Heat 32. Anything more than this sort of ends up becoming a bit too easy. But yeah, I'm trying to just get the next skilly statue for Heat 32. I don't think I'd be able to do like the full top level Heat. But I've gotten pretty far at 32. I've gotten up to... I think the furthest I've gotten with Heat 32 is probably has to be all the way to the actual top level. I got pretty unlucky and accidentally got killed, so you know how it is. Tend to go about like modifying my my setup a lot to try to figure out how to make this easiest for me, but it's not. I've not had a lot of luck with it yet, must admit. And right now I'm going for the shield and a bunch of specific stuff in regards to the heat itself. But yeah, all the enemies do plus 100% damage, which is rough. But I've compensated for it by keeping the health decrease at 0 and the money, the costs, shop costs increase at 0 as well. So hopefully that compensation will be enough. That's my hope, anyway. Nothing. Not ideal. This run is more difficult than I'd hoped. Either it's latency from screaming or I messed up with the way that I set this up this time around. Maybe I shouldn't have gone for the shield. Maybe the spear was a wise choice. I assume so. I might have to go back to the spear after this. Sorry if you can hear all the clicky clacky in the background, by the way. It's a side effect of my camera is actually functioning as my microphone right now. Like I've got a webcam setting, which is not on visually, but it does have a microphone which is on, all Edward Snowden-like, and it's the best one I've got that's not like on a separate headset, because I'm wearing a headset, but the problem is my for some odd reason it can't have the microphone and the audio playing at the same time. Which, you know, you'd think, like logically speaking, that would make sense, that it could have both input and output, like most modern gaming devices, but apparently not. It's not like it's a bad headset either, it's a decently expensive one. No, I can't help but wonder what exactly the others' color of blood is, because they always call me red blood, but I don't think I've ever actually seen anybody bleed in this. Maybe that's the thing, like maybe they just don't bleed. In that case, they probably wouldn't be calling me red blood, they'd probably call me like bloody or something, who knows. I cannot see a thing. Oh yeah, this is rough. I'm not getting out of this. That's no way. Ooh, yeah, saw that one coming. Yeah, Spear's a better choice. Spear is a better choice. No doubt. No doubt.
Don't the Furies have somebody else they could be torturing?
Let me see if I can't. Compensate a bit. Yeah, I think I made the wrong call in increasing the speed. I'll have to compensate. Yeah. Okay.
What's the
Let's try
worst that can
again
happen?
with the shield, I think.
There we go.
And I forgot how much I dislike the knockback on the shield. It makes everything so much harder.
Whenever you bring death, the will to fight.
Maybe I should stream on Twitch instead. It might bring in more natural audience. I don't think the YouTube audience is really inclined to spend significant periods of time watching live streams. I certainly am not. Well, that's a lie. I do watch VODs on YouTube. Which, by the way, is kind of an odd name, isn't it? VOD. It's I think it means video on demand, but it's kind of funny considering all videos on YouTube are on demand. If anything, it should be like LOD, live stream on demand, or what's another good shorthand for a saved live stream? SL? Nah, that's not. I guess VOD is just like the natural term, but it could refer to multiple different things. Okay. It's definitely easier the lowered speed, no doubt. Lowered speed of the enemies, that is. Ooh, bad move. Accidentally pressed the wrong buttons on my keyboard somehow. You know, I did that thing where you think you're over WASD, but in reality you're over ESDF or whatever. So you end up pressing the slightly offset button presses, which of course inevitably results in you going way off the rails.
All right, Doomstone.
Okay. Yeah, all these mini bosses become so much harder when I have to dash after them.
Once had plenitudes of blessings I would offer readily, young Zagreus.
That's cold.
I wonder what's going on with the war. By the way, they keep mentioning a war in the game, like on the surface, which is why everything up there is frozen. But I don't think they've mentioned what's causing it or which war we're looking at. I got the impression that this game is set pre-guns, how I understand it. So that would be, when were guns invented? 1800? 1700. The first gun, the revolver? No, wouldn't have been a revolver.
Can't take them.
Revolver's too complex. What was the first gun? Now I'm kind of curious. Normally I'd look it up, but I can't exactly look it up while playing Hades, can I? I want to say a musket, but again, a musket actually seems a bit too complicated to be the first one. Like the first proper gun. I'm not talking about like prototypes or experiments or whatever. I'm talking about like gun, like the first generally produced firearm.
Sounds like Kieran's breathing. Should come in useful.
How goes it, Zagreus?
No. I really do not like the high-speed ones. They always confuse me. Especially on Asphodel. I keep accidentally running into the lava. Hades really is quite impressive though. I mean, it manages to basically get rid of the entire dislike of dying. It's actually quite impressive. Like, I mean, I don't like dying in Hades, and it's obviously it's not quite as well balanced after you've already gotten most of the story, but you're still always excited to like see what you can do differently next time, and you know, you have a level of control that games like The Binding of Isaac don't allow you. So I think, all in all, Hades manages to accomplish a lot of things that other roguelikes just haven't quite figured out.
Wretches of Tartarus, come in.
That's rough. And now I can't see anything. I wonder if there's a way to stop, like, the whole inability to see. Man, Artemis's call, greater call, is way too strong. I mean, it can. It took like 40% of Megara's health. It's kind of ridiculous, to be honest.
Well, Father, I'm trespassing through a secret hall and going up. Let's see. What's that?
Slain foes, yeah.
Closer to the surface.
But yeah, maybe I should try streaming on Twitch in the future. I'll just have to figure out how to modify OBS to support that. I doubt it'll cause a particular influx of viewers, but people might be more inclined to, or maybe not, you know, who knows. Streaming and video creation in general is quite new for me. I'm not exactly sure what appeals to people yet. I know what appeals to me, of course. That's not so much gameplay videos as much as it is... I like reviews, like well thought through opinions and such. So maybe that's what I should try doing. Make something that I would enjoy watching myself. I mean, I don't think I would dislike watching me play Hades. Well, I tend to watch funnier YouTubers, like comedians like Slimesicle and such. Very funny people who play video games, and I think it works better in their cases because you have a certain level of they bring a certain level of enjoyment to the table that not so funny folks like myself don't quite bring, especially for more long-term content like a live stream. I think maybe you need a level of comedy to help balance out what might otherwise be somewhat dull. I suppose it's like a little bit of chaos. Not a lot, you still need enough to get stuff done. I think somebody talked about the HoloLive goes in this manner, that you need just enough chaos to get things done and keep things on track, but still... No, you need just enough order to keep things on track, but you need enough chaos to make sure that there's room for improv and freedom and...
Not to make it out of there, you don't have to listen to a word I say, to be quite honest.
On the prowl.
But I think in general, yeah, a bit of chaos goes a long way, you know. A bit of laughter, a bit of fun, a bit of quirkiness. It adds a lot of flavor, which is not really my area, unfortunately.
Here goes nothing. What is it now?
Actually, I've been, on a completely unrelated note, though I suppose it's vaguely related, in terms of flavor and chaos and such. I've been reading George Orwell's 1984 whenever I take the train to work. I have a bit of time there. It's only about 40 minutes each way, and I get to read about 20 pages, which is not the best reading speed in the world, but, you know, I think it works out pretty well. I think I was probably a faster reader when I was younger. I used to read a lot more books back then. But then on the other hand, it is quite a thinky book. Like, it's not Harry Potter, you know, it's not the sort of book where you consume it,
Will that be all?
like, without thinking too deeply about the content. So maybe that's what slowing me down. But who knows, maybe I just haven't been reading enough lately. That's totally possible. But hey, it's good to have like a proper book in your hands again. I do like the physical sense of books. And it's been a while since I've read something like that wasn't a technical article or something online or like something more fantasy, like a light novel or whatever. It's been quite a while since I've last read anything like what people would call proper fiction. I don't think anyone calls it proper fiction, I'm pretty sure I just made that up, but what is generally agreed upon to be fiction, what people talk about when they talk about fiction and about good fiction. So yeah, I'm happy to be reading again. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend 1984. I'm still only on page
Than,
62.
Just in time.
Ah, Thanatos. I like Thanatos.
Records act. Let's see how quickly we can run.
let's see indeed.
probably have to focus on this.
I have them in my sights.
Oof,
Short
close
one,
one.
wasn't it? You're fast, I'll give you that. Till we meet again.
Mm. Oh yeah.
Why, Lerner, you are looking positively fabulous, I have to say.
Yeah, I don't I don't think I have enough health to deal with Lerny, unfortunately.
I can't.
Oh. Also, on another completely unrelated note, I'm going to Japan later this year, which I'm super excited about. I've been planning on it for a while, but I wasn't able to go because the plans were set right before the time when, you know, COVID-19 was sort of discovered. So it's unfortunate, but it took a while. But finally, I bought the plane tickets and gonna be there for 3 months. It's gonna be quite an extensive stay, but I'm really excited.
You and me, Sir Patrick.
Ooh.
I wish.
Okay. Oh. Man, this is so much more difficult when I don't have a proper ranged attack. I mean, look at this. How am I supposed to... And it's in the middle of, like, the lava. How am I supposed to get to it?
I'm empty. I can't.
I mean, look at this. This is ridiculous. How am I supposed to beat him with the shield? I never understood that. Like, this boss is clearly not designed to be beaten with the shield.
Almost had me.
He did indeed almost have me.
Oh, I didn't see you coming in.
Funny. Next one is upgrade. Okay, now I need to get rid of one of these. I guess I have to get rid of that one. The call is just, it's too useful. Actually, when I started playing, I never chose the call ones. Because it didn't... Usually those sorts of super abilities in games, you know, they're the types of abilities that you never use. They're like super duper powerful, but you never use them. Simply because, like, you want to save them, right? It's like a consumable and you're like, oh no, I should save it until I'm in real trouble. but they remedy that quite well by making it per encounter, per room, however it is designed, which I think was a great choice because otherwise it would have fallen into the usual issues with consumables, powerful consumables. Nobody ever uses powerful consumables in video games. But yeah, the people that designed this game were really good. But I think the early access did a big favor for them as well. That was a solid choice. And I didn't play the early access for the record, but I did watch some of the documentaries here after release. That was really, really,
Time to mix up my style.
really interested in seeing the way that they worked with the early access. That is a really fast bull rush. Feels kind of overpowered somehow. I quite want to make video games myself one day, which is part of why it's part of why I play video games. I like video games, they're fun and cool and good escapism, etc. But a lot of it is because prophecy. It's because I want to make video games at one point in my life. I've got some good ideas, and I think I can handle the execution quite well. I'm a professional programmer, in case you don't know, which gives me some freedom in terms of what I can do, both cost-wise and skill-wise. Ooh. Ooh, that's bad.
Nowhere to hide from me.
Useless. In the name of Hades.
Ah,
Each time we fight,
hey,
I think we
full.
learn a little more.
Oh, that was a rough start.
Not yet. Medusa, help!
I really do not feel powerful enough. Like, I don't think I have nearly good enough power-ups this time around. Like, you can usually tell when you're fighting one of the mini-bosses if it takes too long, as in this long, then that's usually a good indicator that you're not remotely strong enough. Ooh, right, his swings can't be blocked like that. Ooh. Yikes. Yeah, like even if I get past the bull now, I don't think... Like, I'm not nearly powerful enough to be able to fight Aetherius. Yeah, you can see for yourself how way too powerful that attack is.
Got you, Bullman.
It's basically an endurance until you get guard gauge at this point.
Just trying to respawn.
Oof. That's rough, okay. Gotta be a lot more careful now. Okay. Really bordering the line here. I'm not nearly powerful enough for this area.
That's settled then.
Okay, I need this, definitely, no doubt. I mean, she will likely obliterate me, but I have to choose her because if I don't, she will actually kill me. She's somehow her choice is like the most powerful attack ever, possibly with the exception of Poseidon, who has an even more ridiculously unfair attack. But yeah, it's her and Poseidon, and the real problem comes if you are up against both at once, and you have to choose between either one of them. Because Poseidon's feels completely impossible to avoid, whereas what's her name? I've completely forgotten her name now. The God of Love. Whereas her attack, it sort of tracks you around the map, and if you're lucky, you might be able to avoid it. Oof, yeah, I saw that one coming.
No, mercy simply isn't in my nature.
Okay, let me see if I can rearrange. Hey, Oh, make a run.
While it was brutal squaring off against the three of you, I have to say, Meg, I was happy you were with your sisters.
You have your pact of punishment to thank for our reunion there. We have to answer to its terms.
So you've patched things up then? Going to...
Let's not get carried away. The work is...
But it's a step. Here are your keys.
Oh, did I actually? I did. Nice. Had to happen. Fulfill any 15 prophecies. Good. Okay, what am I looking at? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna try with one of these guard ones because I never quite understood the concept behind them, how they're supposed to help.
Baratha.
Let me have another look at this. Deadline is fine. Damage control is fine. This one is honestly not that bad. I don't think it makes a big difference, so I can heighten that one up, and then maybe I could lower that, or I could lower this. I could do both. I could decrease the enemy count. I wonder. So this one is Tartarus. I don't think Tartarus is actually. Maybe if I turn it down, could I then to compensate with 3? That's way too harsh. I'll have to go with this. Okay, gotta go find one more try.
Need all the firepower I can get. Who keeps fixing that?
Maybe those whole contractors keep fixing it. They better, considering how much we pay them. Some iffy movement going on here. Ooh, that was a bigger hitbox than expected. Basically, if I go down there, I'll lose like 40% of my health, so pass. Sorry.
Usually it's for killing things, but in your case it makes it even...
On the prowl.
I don't need to go in there. I get through this as quickly as possible, so I don't want to accidentally... No, I mean, I don't want to intentionally choose something that will make this take even longer or be more difficult.
It is a veritable crime your father distances himself from all.
Man, I must be doing something wrong with the way that I speak or something, because every time I try to record something, my voice always seems to become really, like, harsh. Like, my throat starts to get all hurty. So I suspect that I may be speaking incorrectly, or maybe I should be drinking, like, lukewarm water, who knows? Health. I get partial percentage health increase whenever I take those, so generally go for that when I'm low. Oop. See, the difficulty with the spear is that it slows you down so much in terms of agility. That's the main downside to the spear. Because the reach is great, but you lose so much of that mobility and control you get from certain other weapons.
That's mine. Let's fight. In the name of Hades.
You can give me health, I think.
Well, if it isn't you, let's see if we might make it.
Health?
You got it.
Yep.
All right.
Take care.
Good. Oh, also the band Caravan Palace, who did that one cat song, cat music video song that you've probably seen at some point. They've made some new music. They're excellent. I went and saw them live a few years ago with my dad in Hamburg, I believe, down in Germany, and they were really good. I mean, they were excellent. And I believe they've just recently... Man, I keep hitting those. I believe they've just recently created a new album, which is really good. Listened to it recently. Big fan of the music in it. I hope they make some music videos for some of the songs. I'd already heard a couple of them from like a few years ago when they made this. They had like a little like lo-fi style live stream thing where they had like an hour and a half of music, and some of them were like unknown songs, and some of those songs just got released on this album, which is cool. It's really cool. You can go back and hear those like original question mark versions, and then you can.
Hope I didn't keep you waiting, ladies.
You look like you had trouble getting to me, Zagreus.
You sound like Hypnos. He's getting to you, isn't he?
Listen to this new stuff.
You shut your...
Oops. I am running. Thank you, Megara, for the advice. Ooh, I was not quick enough on the spacebar. Oh, ah. That's rough. And talking and playing at the same time really wears you down. Yeah, I think that'll be it for now. But thank you for watching, and I'll hopefully see you someday in the future.